Hello everyone, welcome to GATE NPTL. Today we are going to solve a question from psychology, which is a 1 mark question from the topic of perception. Now let's read the question. So the question is identify false and true statements. We have 4 statements. Let's read the statement. Little children wearing neon green color jacket on field trips illustrates the use of exogenous attention. Second statement. Scanning the room for green color because your friend said she will wear a green dress illustrates the use of endogenous attention. Then we have endogenous attention is voluntary, exogenous attention is involuntary. Then we have endogenous attention is bottom up process and exogenous attention is a top down process. So now we should identify which all are the false and true statements among this. So now let's first try to understand what is this exogenous and endogenous attention. Then let's get back to the question. So first let's start with exogenous attention. Exogenous attention is something which is involuntary and stimulus driven. So basically, exogenous attention occurs when something in the environment automatically captures attention due to its suddenness, brightness, color, or movement. If there is something out of blue, which is very bright or colorful, or which you would have not expected, and randomly a certain stimulus is being presented in the environment, our attention goes there very involuntarily, and it is basically stimulus driven. That is called exogenous attention. So this process is bottom up, meaning that attention is guided by the external features and we don't have any expectation about that stimulus. For example, little children wearing neon green jacket on a field trip attracts attention because the bright color stands out and people notice it automatically without they are intended to do. So that is an example of exogenous attention. So when clubbed together, exogenous attention is something which is involuntary, which is bottom up process, and which is stimulus driven process. So that is exogenous attention. Then we have something called endogenous attention, which is voluntary and goal directed. Which means the person knows that he is providing the attention in search of something. So here it happens when a person consciously focuses on something based on internal intentions, goals, or expectation. So this becomes top down process because he has certain expectations and he is trying to see what it is, and it is driven by cognitive control rather than external stimuluses. For instance, when someone scans a room for a friend in a green dress, they are using endogenous attention because the focus is guided by prior information and purposeful searching rather than by something that is automatically standing out. So they know that they are looking for something and they are searching that. So that is endogenous attention. So which is a voluntary process, which is from top down, and it is goal directed process. Now coming back to the question, now let's read and understand what are the statements right or wrong. Little children wearing neon green colored jackets on field trip illustrates the use of exogenous attention. This is true statement because this neon color green jackets gains the attention of the audience without their voluntary participation, which happens stimulus driven way. So that is true. Scanning the room for green color because your friend said she'll wear a green dress illustrates the use of endogenous attention. This is also true because it is goal driven and it is voluntary. Endogenous attention is voluntary, exogenous attention is involuntary. This is also true. Endogenous attention is bottom up and exogenous is top down. So this is wrong because bottom up is exogenous and top down is endogenous, which we saw in the recent one. So this is a false statement. So P, Q, R are true and S is false. So where do we have this option? Option C. So here option C, P, Q, R are true and S is false is the right answer for this question. And for further references, kindly refer to this following NPTEL course and the lecture materials. Thank you.